Hi, my name is Dana Arnett, co-host of Wicked Marketing, along with my partner, Carlos Sapene. You can find more information about us and our business on LinkedIn, or if you have any questions, email us at info@wickedbionic.com. Subscribe to Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We're also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. Thanks for listening.
Hi, I'm Dana.
And I'm Carlos. And today on our podcast, we're going to be talking about innovative ways to get to your customer. Now, I want you to imagine this scenario, right, in your head. So take a minute to put this in your head. What would you do if you could know when a potential customer or an existing customer of yours was at a competitor?
Ooh.
In person, right? Ooh. At a competitor.
Spy cam or drone?
Right? That's kind of what you kind of
right?
want to do, right? So
wouldn't that be something, huh?
So, well, you can. And that is what our podcast today is about.
Yes, love it.
So one of the things that people don't realize is in this world of scary data collection and however you want to put it, there's a scary data collector that you carry with you all day, every day, right?
I know where you're going.
And that is your phone, your appendix, right? Which is your phone. And Appendage. Yeah, sorry.
But, it could be an appendix later on.
It could be an appendix. Appendix is useless, but an appendage is better. Sorry. Okay, so whether you know it, like it or not, and some of this is changing in the near future, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Your phone and those free apps in particular that people love on their phone. Right? Yeah. I know I have a bunch of them. And even knowing what I know about how data is collected, sometimes I surprise
30,000
myself.
30,000 more than I have.
Yeah.
Because you're an early
I have like 7 swipeable pages of grouped apps on my phone.
Oh my God. Group them into a folder.
Well, no, I have them in folders. And even then I have 7 pages.
Oh man. You're
so I have every app. I use an app for everything. I mean, if there was an app to track how many times I sneeze a day, I would probably have it.
You would do it.
Right? So we all know that nothing in life is free, right? So that calorie tracker of yours, that weather tracker of yours, that task list that Dana loves so much.
I love it.
The time tracker.
Oh, I love that too.
Your credit card app. Your bank account app.
Love those. I love the instant credit card app.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp.
I know those, but the secret ones. Do you say with the exercise tracker that they're broadcasting my weight somewhere?
They're selling it probably.
Dana weighs.
There's a unique identifier. That's an advertising identifier that's tied to you or makes you part of a group that allows people to target you by that, right? So going back to now that we know, okay, you're being tracked, whether you like it or not. And we'll talk a little bit about how Apple is challenging that and how they're being really sneaky in some ways too about how they're challenging that because they're blocking certain things for everybody else, but if you're using Apple ads, it's not blocked for you, right? So of course not. So there's a lot of
but we won't go
talk
down
in
that
the
road
industry.
Just yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk in the industry about that. So, but let's pick someone, right? Let's say you're a car dealer.
A car dealership. I think that's great. It's such a good example because there's many competitors around each car dealership for sure.
Right. So car dealerships are challenged now because of COVID, obviously. They're also challenged because there are now digital car dealers too, like Carvana.
We bought one from Carvana.
I bought one from Carvana.
I know.
that will, you can choose your car online, they'll deliver it to your house, you get 7 days to try it, blah, 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 all this stuff, right? So what are innovative things that you can do as a car dealer in order to get your target audience? And people are not aware that at that smaller level, there's many ways that you can get around it. And one of the ways that we really love to get creative about is by knowing location data. So as a car dealer, you know that when people can go into a dealership right now, they're going with a purpose.
They have intent already. They're not looky-loos.
They have intent.
Nobody during COVID is a looky-loo.
They have intent. What we're hearing from our clients that are attached to car dealerships is people are coming. They're not coming to look. They're coming to try and buy, make a decision now. Let's get it done, right? Mm-hmm. So what if you could know when people are at a dealership, right? Or when people are within 100 feet of a dealership, people that are walking around your dealership, right? People that are at a competitor.
Right. I own a Mercedes dealership and they just came out of Audi.
Yeah.
So I want them because I'm similar to
or they're just
Audi.
Walking into Audi.
Yep, exactly.
So the reason why it's important that our phone is our appendage is because it's been now proven that we look at our phone because it releases endorphins. It makes you happy. So it creates an addiction in your brain, which makes you look at your phone all the time, right?
Unless there's certain people that are on the phone.
Yeah, but they're looking at Instagram, they're looking at, yes, all these places, right? Even when you're at the dealership, right? Mm-hmm. You're looking at a car, and while they're going to bring something out, or they're going to go look for something, and they take their time at the dealership while they're coming up with the price and your offer.
Let me go back to my manager and just
I've never, aside from Carvana, I've never bought a car in less than 3 hours. Right?
It's challenging for sure. But, thank God. I mean, they've got a system, right? So I did mine. And
well, but that's the thing. Within those 3 hours, how many times do you check your phone? A lot, right? Yeah. While you're waiting, while they're filling out forms, while you're going to talk to the finance people. So if I am a Mercedes dealership, right, and I know that a certain model that I'm trying to push is competitive with Audi, right? And I have an Audi within 4 miles of where my dealership is. If I could know when someone is inside of that Audi dealership, right? And at that time, I could target them with a special offer, right? Let's just say today only.
$500 off.
500, 1,000, whatever dollars off at our dealership. And then I tell you maybe in the ad that the Mercedes C-Class whatever is going to cost you the same as the Audi whatever. Mm-hmm. Right? Then I'm playing into that perception of, wait, I'm about to buy this Audi. Right. I didn't think of that Mercedes. I'm buying a car. These guys are doing this today only.
Let me go check it out.
Right? Exactly. That's just one example of the things that you can do, right? There's so many of them, right? So you can target people that have been to 2 or more dealerships in the past month. Mm-hmm. You can target people that were at a specific dealership around the same month 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to do that? Because you know that the average lease on a car is a 3-year lease.
That's right.
So if I target people that were if I'm Mercedes and I target people that were at the Audi dealership 3 years ago in August, right? And it is August. Then I know that those are people that their lease may be coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And they're going to be making a decision to turn in that car and get another car, right? And what would the offer be then? you know?
Carlos, I think when I get the bigger picture of this, it's like we always talk about, you can fish in the ocean or you can fish in the lake. And if you fish,
but this is like you're fishing in a puddle.
That's right. A puddle. And you know what those fish are all about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really because it's an expressed interest of those people already. And so it's kind of like, instead of general advertising, like we talk about how we do multicultural advertising, it's another way to target a smaller pool of people that have already expressed interest.
Exactly. And it is a way that your competitor is probably not doing.
More than likely not doing, yes.
And it is a measurable way to say, okay, I'm going to run this campaign, however it's structured, for 30 days. Let me see what my foot traffic looks like. Mm-hmm. Let me measure before comparatively, right, and see what changes I see with this. Now, like with every campaign, it takes a little bit of time to see things happening, but talk about an immediacy of access to people that have already. And again, a reminder that intent drives 30% the decision-making process.
Exactly. Right? And on something like this, where other things we're trying to drive them to the library, drive them to an initiative or something, and we see what they do because those are our goals that are set up, or our KPIs. When our job here, in this case, it was the only thing that we were doing is to drive them to that door. And then what your salespeople do is then the sale piece. We can't make people buy, but we can get them to you.
Yeah. So think about it like that. Think about it as if I'm a restaurant, right? And one of the challenges for restaurants right now during COVID is they only have outside seating, right? If you're eating at the restaurant. Well, you probably know the restaurants around you that have outside seating, right? The challenge is that not everybody will go eat outside.
Right.
So what if you're trying to fill your outside seating? What if I could target people that have eaten outside in the past month?
Because we know they're coming out.
In your area. So these are people that are coming out during COVID in your area that are eating outside, that have eaten at the restaurants around you in the past 30 days.
Right. We have a client, and I could say in general terms, but we have a client in Temecula who has a bar and grill, a brewery, and there's bars outside. Luckily, she just opened, and there's bars outside, right? And so she's getting us the restaurants that are in her area, right, that are open, because she knows what's open and what's not. One of the things she determined is by a customer that came in that she asked. And she said, "Wait, how did you hear about it?" She said, "Well, I was driving by on my way to a winery, and I thought, we got to stop there on the way back." And our client said, "I would never have found that person if she hadn't driven by going to the winery. So we're going to include in our target people that are at the wineries as well." Mm-hmm. So there's a way.
Because what are you doing when you're wine tasting? Looking at your phone.
Drinking, and you're hungry because there's only a little bit of snacks. Right? I don't drink, but right, there's little snacks.
Yeah, there's some of them have snacks, some of them don't.
Oh God, that sounds like a nightmare to somebody like me.
Yeah. Oh, God. So you shouldn't be drinking and driving. Maybe you should, go eat first.
You should bring some snacks in your purse.
Yeah, go eat first.
Or go to our friend's restaurant.
At our friend's restaurant.
So that's a great experiment on that. So there's lots of other ways other than traditional marketing, and having an agency that's super, super smart and innovative and thinking ahead. One of my favorite times is when Carlos finds something new. He's the creative, innovative guy, and I'm the operations person. And then he sits down. We had a fantastic conversation about that this week, and it's so exciting to me. Like both of us get excited. The possibility. Yeah. Oh my God, we could do this, and we could do this for them. So exciting.
Well, and at the end of the day, whether you're an online service business or a brick and mortar, these sort of things can help inform your business, right? Yes. Let's say I'm an online t-shirt business, right? If I could know the people, and let's say my price range is right around where H&M and Zara and like brands like that are. Yeah. If I could know people that have gone into those stores in the past month and target my digital advertising to those people for them to buy the t-shirts on my website, even though I'm a web-based business.
That's right.
It's still comparable.
Right.
right? So you're targeting people that like the type of t-shirts that you make. So you as a business owner have to think about, there's so many opportunities here, because I know now that these are people that like what I sell.
That's right.
That have been interested in what I sell within a recent period of time.
Right.
That I can target with my ads, whether I'm a brick and mortar or I'm on an online service business. Going back to the car dealership, if Carvana could know that people are at a car dealership, right? What would prevent them from saying, hey, instead of going through a dealership, why don't you try your car at home
for a Ford F-150?
Yeah.
How about look at all these possibilities of cars we have in one place?
So it's whoever gets there first.
Yep, always.
Whoever gets there first, and whoever is smarter about getting them first. So knowing about these tactics and techniques is not only important, jumping on them, right? The early bird gets the worm.
Early bird gets the worm, and you get the trick, especially if you're a leader within your industry, like car sales. If you're a leader within your industry with this kind of tactic, it's awesome. So if you ever want to talk about things that we do really well, like target marketing in this way and multicultural marketing, please reach out to us. You can reach us at info@wickedbionic.com. And if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer on air, we're happy to do that. Or if you'd like to meet and talk with us about your business, we'd love to chat with you. So thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Have a great day.
Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe to and share Wicked Marketing on Apple Podcasts and write an awesome review for us. We are also on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Play. See you next time.